is the update on the proposed park project that we told you we're trying to get done on some of the old gravel pits located off of Dixie Highway. I'm happy to tell you that the Oakland County Parks and Recreation Department made a new video that kind of highlights the concept as we're talking about it. In addition, the video that, or excuse me, the graphic that you'll be looking at here is an overlay of what we feel the park potentially could develop to in its full bloom. It gives you an idea where the different activities would be located and what some of those facilities would look like on the maximum development of the whole park, which is going to be 300 to 400 acres. To that end, Oakland County developed a video that's about 7 minutes long, and we're going to show it to you here so you get an idea of what we're looking at in the total scope. I will be going to Lansing tomorrow, and that is to testify for the Department of Natural Resources for their grant application. You probably won't hear any more information than what we're giving you right now until sometime after the first of the year, when we find out if the park grant application has in fact been approved, and then whether or not the potential property owners are willing to sell the property. But at this point in time, things seem to be moving in a positive direction. We had a test incident, event if you will, on the property in August, and it went off flawlessly. There were 0 complaints, 0 problems, and everybody had a great time, and I think there were about 400 people there and about 115 ORV events. In addition to that, on November 1st and 2nd, there's going to be available to the public the opportunity to go to a couple of more events on the 1st and 2nd. And if you're interested, if you go to Oakland County, they're taking care of the reservations for it. We expect a morning and afternoon event on each of those days. At this point in time, the process for this park project seems to be moving quite well, and we'll keep you informed of anything as it goes forward. And now I'd like you to see the video so that you get an idea of what the entire park complex will hopefully be if this project moves forward. Until the next video, Groveland, have a great day.
Parks present an opportunity for people to get out of doors, get some relaxation, get some healthy exercise. The more exercise you get, it really does translate into quality of life.
Oakland County Parks has been in existence since 1966. We've amassed 13 park areas which total about 6,700 acres. They all end in oaks. The Oakland County Parks and Recreation Commission has been recognized for years as a national leader. In 2016, we'll be celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we're looking at celebrating 50 years of innovation. This past year, I had the opportunity to serve on a strategic land management planning committee, where the DNR has been asked to look at the 6 million acres that it currently manages, and how could they work more collaboratively with other units of government.
Oakland County Parks and Recreation recently merged together our planning and our business development departments, which is a pretty unique thing for a Parks and Recreation agency. So not only are we looking at, what our parks look like, how they're laid out, what we might want to put where, but we're looking at, what's the market telling us about those services? What's the business community say? What might a pro forma budget look like for that new facility? So we're really trying to think more business-like as a Parks and Recreation agency, which not only helps staff but helps our commission sort of make those hard decisions about how to spend that taxpayer money within the parks.
We are looking at the opportunity to, here in Oakland County, develop a adventure recreation facility which would feature off-road vehicles. This is a need that has been determined for over the past 40 plus years in southeast Michigan. It makes all the sense in the world for it to be located in Oakland County.
Groveland Township is a pretty rural residential community with a lot of recreational activity, and I mean we have a lot of hiking areas, state DNR land, there's bicycle trails nearby, all of these types of activities. And most of the people that move out here do it because they want to be out closer to nature and have good recreational activities.
Adventure Recreation would be an awesome addition to Groveland Oaks. We really don't have anything in southeastern Michigan that can provide that at this time. It would save people that, the chance for having to drive 2.5, 3 hours to go up north.
Well, one of the things we found is that in our planning, which we just finished this Michigan State Trail Plan, was in the area of ORVs, was the fact that there was an absence of opportunities to be able to ride an ORV, learn how to do it, or even to practice, or even enjoy yourself with the investment that you have bought without having to travel a long way from a population center.
The Dixie Gully Run was the first demonstration event we had for ORVs. We were very fortunate that we had volunteer groups help us with this event. It was a very controlled event. We had side-by-side ORVs as well as Jeeps. The event was held in Groveland Township, and it was in property that we leased, an old gravel pit.
You can see behind me, this is one of the typical pits that we've been looking at. Some of these pits have been so aggressively mined that it's very hard to figure out what good uses you can have with them. For our community, where we value the recreational aspects, we can take a negative like these pits with all of its associated truck traffic and try and turn it into a positive for our community with more recreational activities.
Adventure recreation to me is not only 4x4 or quads or anything like that. It's zip lines, water sports, things along that lines that this area could be developed into.
There had been a survey done previously by Michigan State University that looked at proximity to the people's proximity of their residence to the site and how often they would be inclined to visit. And so we actually asked that same question. We found that, people said they would probably, I think average would visit like 6 to 12 times a year, which was right in line with having something within about a half an hour to an hour drive from them.
I think from what we learned from the first event and hopefully what we're doing with the second event, we're learning our successes and things that we may have to change.
It's a great use of a very much disturbed piece of property, and it is great that we can take a sand and gravel extraction opportunity and make recreation an end product. And at the end of the day, Oakland County becomes a great place for individuals to live, work, and play.
We look at this as a long-term investment in our community that will only grow and become better over time.
And I think what we're trying to do is diversify what we provide people, but also try to put an emphasis on bringing outdoor recreational opportunities as like a gateway to where the people live.
I just feel that having an adventure park right there by Groveland would be a great addition to that park, and it would be a great addition to the local area and the economy for the local area.
But I think the ability to have all of sort of the adventure recreation opportunities that we're talking about in one place at one facility so you can go and spend a day or even camp overnight and spend 2 days is probably what's most exciting.
This is just an alignment of the stars that something as wonderful as this can happen in Oakland County.